Hello viewers, I am Sandesh Poudel. I live in Pokhara, Nepal, and I study in Motherland Secondary School. I recently gave my IELTS on 20th March and results were published recently. I got an overall band 7.5, and I am here to share my experience, and indirectly I am here to guide you with my experience. If I can score 7.5, then I believe you all can to score. First of all, I'll like to tell about writing. Writing is very tough, and many students they hardly get 6 or above 6. Writing is tough because it requires a lot of ingredients. It requires grammar, vocabulary, and language skills. So I am here to tell you my experience about how I scored 6.5 in writing. So first of all, I started preparing by reading English newspaper. In Nepal, there are a lot of high quality newspaper like the Kathmandu Post. I read a newspaper daily on regular basis, and I used to read a lot of novels and books. I used to note down any difficult word that I encounter while reading. That increased my vocabulary. And the most important thing, use connectors while writing. For example, although, despite. That will make your writing qualitative. Reading books written by other writers helps you improve your writing skill sets, and you will gain ideas from those different writing. Everyone writes in their own way, so you can also gather knowledge from those writing and improve your own writing way. And I highly recommend you write anything you can and submit it to your teacher, and he will of course advise you, and he will point out some mistakes or errors that you made, and you will definitely improve your writing. And the another part is reading. And for reading, the name itself says reading. You should read a lot of books, novels, newspaper. Reading only Cambridge IELTS practice materials won't be able to give you enough knowledge. You should be familiar with all types of passages. In IELTS exam, there will be 3 passages. They will be of different categories and different language. So you should combine. You should increase your understanding level by reading different newspaper from different categories and different magazines. So this will increase your understanding level. So you should read newspaper magazines along with Cambridge practice books, and so you should understand what the passage is trying to tell. If you do not understand, then read the passage many times, but in exam you will not have time, so be prepared. You should understand, you should increase your understanding level at home, and if in exam if you do not understand, read passage one more time. If you read varieties of materials, it will definitely for sure increase your IELTS reading band score, and you should understand. You will definitely understand what the passage is trying to tell in exam, and whenever you see the questions, you will definitely remember where the answer is. You can easily locate. So I will suggest you to read a lot, read on daily basis regularly to increase your reading and understanding capacity. Now I would like to talk about listening. Before giving guides about listening, I would like to tell my score. I achieved band 8.5 in listening, just 0.5 less than 9. And if you wonder how I scored 8.5 in listening, no problem. You will also score as I scored 8.5. You can definitely for sure score 8.5. And now today I am here to tell you about my tips and techniques to score 8.5. For listening, you should be very familiar with British accent and British language, because the audio you will because in exam the audio you will be in British tone. So and that is only possible if you watch BBC documentaries, listening to Cambridge series alone is not sufficient. You should be able to distinguish what the speaker is telling and what he is referring to, and you should always note any important word that the speaker tells. You should write in your books. This will, and vocabulary is also necessary. You will face a lot of hard vocabulary in real exam. You should know what the particular words mean. If you don't know what the meaning of particular words are, then you should increase your vocabulary, because if you do not understand the word that speaker is telling, then you will not understand it, or either you will misunderstood it and write wrong answers. You should be familiar with difficult vocabularies, because in exam, if you do not understand a word, then you will particularly misunderstand and write a wrong answer, with due to which you will not score good marks. So you should listen to BBC British documentaries, so that you will increase your British vocabulary, and you can clearly distinguish the word what the native British speaker is telling. So I highly recommend to not only practice through Cambridge book, but also watching other British documentaries and news. Now I want to speak about speaking section. But before I go into the subject matter, I want to tell speaking is the backbone of IELTS exam. If you do not score good in speaking, then your IELTS overall band will not be that much good. And speaking is required for visa interviews. If you want to study abroad in countries like USA, you need to face interviewer. You should speak with them. If you want to study in USA, then you should give face-to-face visa interview, and for other countries you can either give them through Skype or telephone, but the language you will be using will be English. So you should mainly focus on speaking. Speaking is a universal language, so you will need it in any phase of your life. I like to speak how I practiced for speaking. To improve your speaking, you should speak. Iron cuts iron. So speaking needs speaking. You should not be afraid of speaking. You should not be shy. You should practice it with your friends. You should speak English language with your friends. In Nepal, student from Nepali medium school, and in India, student from Hindi medium school, they usually do not speak in English language. But for the student from English medium school, they do not have any problem speaking in English, so they can perform well. For improving speaking, you should speak with your friends, teachers, and if no one is available, then stand in front of mirror and speak with yourself. If you can also record your voice video and watch how you performed it. If you are not satisfied with your performance, then you can point out the place where you stutter or made mistakes, and you can improve it later. So and for speaking, vocabulary and word power is also necessary. If you use quality words, then you can gain more. If you use qualitative word, your score will be very good, and for that you also should watch BBC. You should practice how they speak, and the most importantly you should use your natural accent. Don't try to copy British accent. That will make your speaking more like and most importantly, try to use your natural accent. Don't try to copy or speak in British accent, because that will confuse the examiner, and don't try to mug up. In the end, to improve your IELTS, you should practice a lot. In my experience, many students, they have high expectations, and they want to achieve high score, but their performance and their practice is very poor. So to achieve high score in IELTS, you should practice a lot. You should take time, and do not hurry to book your IELTS exam. Just book it when you feel you are ready to give your exam. So my friends, best of luck for your examination. I hope you will achieve high band in your exams, and don't forget to follow my tips. It will help you gain high score. With my tips, I myself scored 7.5, so you will definitely score more. And thank you very much for watching this video.